3 months ago, if the midterm elections had been held, I thought that the Democrats were going to sweep many of the elections and take a majority of the House. But now I think that's reversed. I think the so-called blue wave has dissolved into almost nothing. And there will be some victories by Democrats, but there certainly isn't going to be a blue wave. And the reason this is important is because when the Democrats fail to take the House, the left is going to go insane. I mean, I know the left is already insane, but I mean, they're going to go one more level of insane, which is probably taking to the streets and protests and burning things down and, whatever the case may be, because they are deranged. They are totally insane. And one of the reasons that they're not going to have this massive blue wave during the midterm elections is because people on the left keep moving to the radical left. They keep going more and more to the extreme left. And by doing so, they are alienating normal people, normal everyday Americans, who, by the way, want women to have their own women's restroom. They're not into this transgenderism, cross-dressing men walking into women's restrooms and spying on little girls in bathroom stalls, which is what many of them have been caught doing, by the way. Normal America wants to protect the borders. Normal America thinks that MS-13 gang members are animals and that they need to be stopped and locked up. You look at a guy who's, some illegal from Central or South America, his entire face is covered with tattoos, and he's been convicted of stabbing people to death multiple times in other countries. Yeah, that's an animal because they're exhibiting lower brainstem animalistic function or behavior, by the way. So the term animal is correct. Most Americans want to pay less in terms of a federal tax burden. They want lower taxes, which is what Trump has delivered and the GOP has delivered. Yet the Democrats promise that if they win, they're going to raise taxes. That's their actual campaign promise. If we win, Nancy Pelosi says, we're going to raise taxes. Oh boy, what a great campaign slogan. Most Americans believe that they have a right to self-defense. Most Americans understand that the police can't protect them, and that the right to have a firearm for self-defense is so important that now we have record numbers of women all across America getting concealed carry permits and becoming first-time gun buyers. Yes, it's the women. And I understand that because, I'm not going to name names, but there are people I know who are friends, and there are people in my family, and there are people I work with who are all women, and they've all become armed recently. They've all got concealed carry permits. And I ask them why, and they say, well, you were right, Mike. I don't feel safe in the world out there anymore, and I know that the police can't really protect me. You can dial 911 and pray. Doesn't mean they're going to arrive in time to stop some form of violence. And they tell me, we know the borders are unprotected and there's more gang crime in our state or our city, and they want to protect themselves. And yet the left, you see, Democrats are running on a platform which is take away all the guns from law-abiding citizens, allow cross-dressing men who pretend to be women to invade women's restrooms, right? The left is running on raise taxes on everyone because the only problem in our society is that you're not paying enough money to the government yet. If you only paid more, then everything would be okay. Oh, and the MS-13 gang members are angels. They're just wonderful, wonderful people, according to the Democrats. We should let them all in, and we should just have open borders so that any criminals and drug runners and rapists and murderers can just walk right on in, animals and otherwise. And they can walk right on in because, of course, gang members use open borders as a cover to occupy the country and conduct their gang activity, which is, of course, criminal and full of violence. And the Democrats support that. So let's see. Oh, and one more thing. The Democrats also support the president, President Obama, spying on his political opponents, because now we know that there were spies that were injected into the Trump campaign. There was an illegal FISA warrant acquired, fictional so-called evidence that was put together to spy on Trump. The Fourth Amendment has been demolished by Obama and Clinton and leftists in general. And this is also part of their platform. So if you put it all together, their platform is raise your taxes. You should pay more money. You should have no right to self-defense. And we're going to have an open borders policy that just lets gang member animals and murderers and rapists just walk right into the country with no border protection whatsoever, no health checks of these people whatsoever, just unrestrained, unlimited infectious diseases spreading. You see that STDs are skyrocketing in California. I wonder why. It's because they have no health checks on the immigrants. Just anybody carrying any virus can just walk right in. Tuberculosis is on the rise. They've got weird communicable diseases on the rise in California, and all the health officials are saying, we don't know why. It's so strange. Yeah, that's because diseased people are carrying it across the border, you morons. And some of those people are also violent animals, i.e. MS-13 gang members. So get it through your thick skulls. You are destroying your own society. That's what California is doing. And the Democrats want to destroy all of America. You see, this is what you got to get through your head, that it's not enough to just destroy Detroit and destroy Chicago, destroy Illinois, destroy, all these liberal cities. They also want to destroy the whole country. California has gone down the tubes, Western California, the coast, and all those cities, San Francisco, San Diego, Los Angeles. The state has gone insane. I mean, the bureaucracy has gone insane. Not the people in the state, but the bureaucracy that's supported by the radical left-wing people. They want to do the same thing to the whole country. They want America to be just as insane as California. Sky-high property taxes, income taxes, minimum wage mandates that put people out of business, that shut down restaurants, and cause mass unemployment among the youth, by the way. This is also another brilliant liberal policy. They should call it the Unemployment Act, but instead they call it the minimum wage push for $15 minimum wages. That all that does is it pushes restaurants to automate with robots. It won't be long before there are no humans at McDonald's, except maybe one manager that runs the robots. You know what I mean? But think about this. This is why I think that in the midterms that are coming up, the Democrats are going to get clobbered way more than they ever anticipated. And there's more that's going to come out between now and then. That's the other thing. There's more coming out, you see. So one of the things that's coming out, of course, is the IG report from Horowitz. There are going to be probably prosecutions of some of these deep state operatives run by Obama. Some of these people, John Brennan, for example, a criminal, treasonous traitor, along with Loretta Lynch, along with James Comey, Peter Strzok. It's a long list, right? You've heard me name the names before. Some of these people are going to get prosecuted, and all of them belong behind bars, including Hillary Clinton herself. And as these reports begin coming out, and America sees the criminality of what the left has become. You talk about violating privacy, violating law, violating just law enforcement process, violating national security regulations and protocols. This is what the left does. And they don't care about doing it. They don't care. They put a spy in the Trump campaign, and they think that's okay. The New York Times actually reported on that and said that this is great. This is basically, the FBI is so awesome, they're so thorough that they're investigating the Trump campaign by inserting a spy into the campaign. Well, you know what? That's called treason, by the way. That's illegal. That's illegal government spying. That's Stasi-style tactics. That is dangerous abuse of power, and yet the Democrats think that's perfectly okay with them. As long as they're abusing the power of government against their political enemies, they are okay with it. And that's, by the way, one of the big takeaways from all this. Understand that Democrats think nothing of censoring people or abusing the power of government to weaponize government and target their political enemies. In fact, they not only don't think that's wrong, they think that that is the way to conduct government. The only reason they like big government is because they plan to use it as a weapon. They want the power in order to abuse the power. Democrats don't want power to help people. That's just their excuse. That's their public story. That's the narrative. Oh, we want to be your senator so we can help the poor. No, you don't. You want to be a senator so you can make yourself rich and you can abuse power against your political enemies. So you can actually turn the government into a weapon against freedom. Every Democrat, really without exception, every Democrat at the federal level is someone who abuses the power of government to target their political enemies. I can't think of an exception to that. It is truly extraordinary what these people are willing to do in order to destroy their enemies. In fact, think about it, they're willing to destroy America. They actually want it. The left has so far sided with not just MS-13 gangs. Well, they've sided with Hamas terrorists. They think Hamas terrorists are awesome. These people think, transgender biological men invading little girls' restrooms is awesome. And of course, these people hate America. They hate the Constitution. But they absolutely love terrorists. They love gang members. I mean, think about it. Everything that is evil and destructive and violent, Democrats love it. Oh, they love Kim Jong-un now, too, didn't you know? Because they want Trump's efforts to disarm North Korea to fail. So they're rooting for Kim Jong-un to have nuclear weapons. The left has gone not just insane, they've become dangerous traitors to this country. That's why I repeat my call to arrest these so-called journalists they're actually just left-wing anti-America operatives pretending to be journalists. Some of them are actually working in the interest of Russia, and then they claim Trump has conspired with Russia. These are the people working with the Russians. These are the criminals. These are the traitors. These are the people who should be going to prison, frankly. And yet, they accuse their political enemies of doing all that when they're the ones actually doing it. Just astonishing. That's how corrupt the system has become. But, we've covered some of this before. None of this is surprising to people who know what's actually going on. So thank you for listening. You can hear more of my podcast at healthrangerreport.com. And also, of course, watch my new Counterthink video series at counterthink.com. Pray for America. Be ready for things to go down because the left is going to go absolutely insane when they don't take over the House with the midterm elections. And things are going to get crazy. Even crazier than they are now. So stay informed. Thanks for listening.
Learn more at healthrangerreport.com.
Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.